everybody something. Pastor Oliver, a couple of weeks ago, I was preaching in Miami, and there was a storm coming up the East Coast, and my first 2 flights got canceled because of the storm. And when I arrived finally at the hotel, I checked in, I grabbed my carry-on, and I headed up to the room. I put the key in the door, but the door wouldn't open. I looked down, decided to check the room number. I was at the right room. I had a key, but the door wouldn't open for me. I kept getting that red light, and I was trying to get that green light. And here's where education can get you into trouble, because you start overthinking what is a very simple situation. And so with my educated self, I started saying, this must be a trick lock. Maybe you have to put it in quick, put it in quick. And I started putting it in, but the door wouldn't open. I said, well, maybe it's a slow lock. So I said, maybe you have to bear down on it. You know, so here I am working this key in the door, but getting the red light, doing the same thing over and over, getting the same result. And that's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Here I am losing my mind, getting frustrated at the door, because I'm saying to myself, I'm going to have to drag my bag all the way back downstairs to get myself a good key. I went all the way back down to the front desk. I pulled out the key, and ain't no use in me lying. I mean, I'm in church, all the people of God. I had a little attitude with me. Yeah, I tossed the key up on the desk. I said, this key don't work. And the woman just smiled. She said, sir, that happens sometimes. Do you have a cell phone? I said, yes. She said, was your key in the same pocket as your cell phone? I said, yes, but the key don't work. She said, that's why the key doesn't work, sir, because your cell phone demagnetized it. I said, what does that have to do with it? She said, the phone you had on you kept the key from working for you, but don't worry, I'll reactivate that thing. And I'm talking to somebody in Greater New Light tonight who's been knocking at the right door, but the door has not come open for you. Can I tell you what she told me? Maybe you've got something on you that's keeping the key from working for you. But here's your shout tonight. If you humble yourself and go back to the place where the keys are distributed, take your key back to Jesus, he can take your key and reactivate it all over again. Is there anybody here who knows he can make it work again?